Hey everyone, welcome to the video. So since last time we've just been chest collecting for 3 or 4 days, but now we can finally get some good tech, maybe do a push with it. And the main thing we're using is Rudy, also got most things at 7 ER. We picked up bombers a few days ago, but I think now we'll try pushing with heavies and right now getting 3 1k boost nodes. Kinda satisfying getting them all at once. So we'll go ahead and max those out. And that's what we're running with, 370 TD, which is really the only thing we're getting in all the boost nodes. But we'll do a few hits. First we got this one, already a really dirty base, looks like a compact with 350 building damage, 220 building health. Take a few more bombers in this one, but I think it shouldn't be too bad as long as Rudy stays alive. Because we have troop damage too. And as long as you get the bomb stuff going, you can do a lot of work. We'll just drop a few bullets early with the shock. Really want to make sure HCs stay alive, at least in the beginning. And dealing just a bit for Rudy. The main thing is just do bomb stuff and send shocks where he's gonna go. So here we'll do it once. And the ERs and everything were clumped up, so it's a lot of damage. And probably one more time with a shock. Especially on these compacts, I think as long as you pair bomb stuff with shocks, it shouldn't be too bad. Because now we just have 2 ERs left and still pretty much all our troops alive. We can finish a bit on the right side, maybe let those bombers finish off this ER, and then do bomb stuff for the last one. We'll still shock a bit more, and we have a Think Tech 4 barrage, so in case we flare too early, you can use that. But we'll get 251, and I guess even if you had lasers in Kavan, maybe compacts are pretty easy. But again, we skip Kavan, so all the hits we're doing is with Rudy. And looks like a win, so we'll check out the next one. Here we got a more spread out base. Still max building health, but only 100 building damage. Looks like he has boom mine, so it might be an RC player. But in any case, I think a strong thing about Rudy and heavies is you can almost just HC rush most bases. Here we'll still delay a few bombers on the beach. Otherwise we can drop 6 right there and flare in the back. Like flaring a building, so if you do his bomb stuff right away, right before the building dies, you can drop the other troops. In this case, we wait until Rudy starts flying to the cannon, and then dropping other stuff. That way the bombers kind of stay in the back, so you can see they're not in the range of that mortar. Other than that, the HCs are clearing the top side, and that one HC bomber this bottom side. And a good part about Rudy is he does all that splash damage. So those ERs and buildings grouped up, they're all dying around the same time. And I think my favorite part is they're kind of easy hits. As long as you get the beginning right and flaring HCs, all you really have to do is just babysit everyone. Popping bomb stuff here and there and maybe clearing mines. One thing I try to do also is shocking shock launchers. In this case we get lucky with Rudy going in the bottom. Plenty of heavies for the top side. I think I'll wait till that ER goes down, and then flare this one, do a bomb stuff. And looks like we'll get 234. I think around 230, 240 should be good times. And yeah, he's using RCs with hack, but looks like not fast enough. Granted, he can get some extra TD later, but I'm not sure about RCs in the long run. Because they have to fly to every ER and, well, unlike HC Rush, RCs can die pretty easy. We'll check out the next hit. Here we got 25 and a bit different style base. Still has 220 building health, so the max amount. I do like how the left side is because those two ERs can do a good value bomb stuff. So we might just take the same approach. 7 HCs left with Rudy and maybe just one bomber on the right. Because there really isn't much splash on the right side. Again, flaring a building, not the ground or an ER. So we can drop the bombers right before the flare expires. In this case, again, right when Rudy's going there, can drop the bomber on the right side. We'll still do a shock because that one bomber went a little ahead. And we're only taking one boat, so better save all three of them. Do more bomb stuff on the left side. And again, the HCs clear the top side, bombers on the bottom. I noticed sometimes Rudy goes on top, sometimes he stays bottom, but don't think it matters too much. Whichever side he goes on, if there's value, you can do more bomb stuff. And here we kind of let them go. He also has good value here against that ER. And really now we can just start flaring. Using barrage to finish off the other ER, and then flare the last one. I think it's better that Rudy kills the last two ERs just because he's faster. And you never know if heavies get shock locked or hit a shock mine. But we'll pull off a 240. And that should be good enough. So take that win. We got another match here. It's a real similar base, but I don't really like the two shock launchers and doom cannon on the far right. So instead I think we can just go from the right side. Still taking mostly HCs, but maybe a bomber, so once the flare expires it can go near the middle. Again, always flaring a building and doing his bomb stuff. When he's kind of close, you can see him flying towards it with his shield. And as soon as you see that, I think it's safe to drop the other bomber. Here we can throw a critter for some mines. And the bombers on left and right, they're really just going to get one ER on their own. And the rest of the HC is Rudy for the top side. Since it's mostly an HC rush, you can just use critters and barrage for shock mines. And as you build up GB, shock the shock launchers. I don't try to use bomb stuff whenever I can, because sometimes when he's just at one building, it doesn't have a lot of value. It's usually when there's a bunch of buildings behind or he's at an ER. Here we can just flare the last few. With all that troop damage, even the heavies do a lot of work. Flare the last one and we'll get 240 again. And we can still get 100 more troop damage, so these bases having max building health, I think it's just the beginning of what times you can get. There is also that ability node with defib or hack. Maybe that's helpful. But even with defib, I don't know how much GB we're gonna have. Right now it's already kind of tight with using bomb stuff and other things. And we can show one last hit. We got a 25 here. A similar base to what we saw before. So I think we can go 7 HCs from the left, delay one bomber. It does have a little more building damage, but I think our 150 troop health should be enough. And as far as dropping everyone, I like doing just all the HCs and Rudy. It does seem dicey with Rudy with all those boom cannons, snipers, but I've never really had him die on me, so I think if you drop him just after the HCs, he should be good. As he's almost going, you can drop that bomber. And we'll just watch that bomber on the right side. Might have to shock that boom cannon or something. And Rudy's at a weird angle, but can still get some value there. Boom cannon turns so we can shock it. Also keeping that doom cannon shocked. And again, this hit Rudy decided to go on the right side. If he didn't, it's still okay. because either way those bombers would have finished off that ER. And now we can just start flaring. I was like doing bomb stuff on this right middle ER. And I started doing something a little different with the last two ERs. I like flaring this one, shocking the SLs, and then going for the last one with bomb stuff. But here we didn't have enough GB, so enough heavies for just flare back this middle. This last one we can do more bomb stuff. And not as fast as the other times, but we'll get 232. See if it's good enough. There is a chance bases might change, but I think for the most part, using a bunch of HCs and Rudy with maybe 1 or 2 bombers should be easy hits and clear most of them. Looks like that'll be a win. And I think this was also our legend boss fight, so can get that rank chest. And still 4 days left in the season, so if you're still playing and got Rudy, or even if you haven't yet, I think it's a solid combo, using HCs and getting all the troop damage. As far as next steps, if we do want to play, we'll probably get even more troop damage. Again, we can go from 370 to 470, and I think the only other tech is that ability node. So we might see how the next couple days go, but otherwise, kind of happy with these hits. But let me know what you think of this season. Did you pick up Rudy, or are you enjoying just using Kavan? And that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.